Hi everyone. Today I was really missing my friends in kindergarten and I felt sad that I couldn't see them and play outside with them. And I was thinking about how they're all so special and so different. So I wanted to read a book. Sometimes I don't read this book in class because it has the word naked in it, and sometimes that's a little too silly, but you can laugh as much as you want at the word naked at home and you won't be distracting anyone. Let's go ahead and read this book, and I want you to think about what is special about the main character in this book and how does that feel? How does it feel for them to be different? It's called Naked Mole Rat Gets Dressed, and it's by Mo Willems. Mo Willems, also writes Elephant and Piggy and the Pigeon books. It says, no shirt, no shoes, service. Naked Mole Rat Gets Dressed. There's so much to learn about the fascinating little creatures known as naked mole rats. But for this story, you only need to know 3 things. 1, they are a little bit rat. 2, they are a little bit mole. 3, they are all naked. Well, they were, with one exception. Look! Wilbur, the naked mole rat who liked to get dressed. Hello? Look, he's embarrassed being dressed just like you might be embarrassed being naked. When the other naked mole rats saw him, they said, "Ew! Yuck! What are you doing?" "I like clothes," replied Wilbur. "When I get dressed, I can be fancy or funny or cool, or I can just be an astronaut." When the others heard that, they just said, "Ew, yuck. If you like clothes so much, why don't you open a store or something?" Naked mole rats can be very sarcastic. But Wilbur thought that was a great idea. He made a clothes store. She's making her little mole rat walk past quickly. He wrote, "Fun, warmer, try it, sale." The other naked mole rats did not think it was a great idea. They brought Wilbur to a giant portrait of Grandpa, the oldest, greatest, and most naked mole rat ever. "Look at that picture," they demanded. "Look at his heroic face. Look at his regal bearing. Look at his total lack of clothing." Grandpa did look heroic. Grandpa did look regal. But he would also look heroic and regal in a casual shirt and some summer slacks. "Ugh," said the other naked mole rats. "Don't you get it? This whole book kind of reminds me of the Big Orange Splot. Remember when Mr. Plumbean had started decorating his house to make it look like all of his dreams, and the other people were like, "Wait a second, you're not doing what we want you to do. You're not being just exactly the same as everyone else." And Plumbean was teaching them, you don't have to be exactly the same as everyone else. Don't you get it? Naked mole rats don't wear clothes. "Why not?" asked Wilbur. Something had to be done. That's like when the neighbors went to Plumbean's house to try to convince him to change it. The naked mole rats marched right over to Grandpa and told him about Wilbur. And then he asked, "Why not?" Now, Grandpa was very wise. He thought seriously about everything he had heard. Then he thought some more. Finally, he said in a heroic, regal voice, "Gather the colony. I shall make a proclamation." When Wilbur heard about Grandpa's proclamation, he knew it was serious. A proclamation, a proclamation, a proclamation. But he had no idea what to wear. In the end, Wilbur decided just to play it safe. Maybe not safe enough. They still made him feel embarrassed about his socks. The others were so busy looking at Wilbur's socks that no one noticed Grandpa entered until he cleared his throat and proclaimed, "Oh my gosh, he's wearing clothes. Why is he wearing clothes? Fellow naked mole rats, I had never worn clothes until I heard Wilbur's simple question, why not? Why not indeed? Do clothes hurt anyone? No. Are they fun? Well, they may not be for everyone, but this old naked mole rat wishes he had tried getting dressed earlier." Then Grandpa complimented Wilbur on his socks. As fast as his legs could take him, Wilbur rushed home, put on his favorite outfit, and dashed back. When he returned, Wilbur discovered he was not alone. Much has been said about that day, but for this story, you only need to know 3 things. Some of the mole rats were naked. Some of the mole rats were clothed. All of the mole rats had a great time. Close the end. Friends, that book reminds me of how we had those pictures in class about ways to respond to differences. I was trying to look and see if I had them, but I think I left them at school. Anyway, the other mole rats were trying to exclude Wilbur and avoid him because he seemed different. But then, by the end, they learned to accept him and even kind of appreciate him. I'm wondering if there's anything that maybe you felt was different about you, that made you feel uncomfortable, but now you've realized is special. What makes you feel a little different, but is special?